Well, just 2 or 3 minutes away from making a start, of course, with this first of the international competitions. It's $38,700, the prize fund on this one, a world ranking competition. 1 minute 45, the height of fences, and the first of those CSI 3-star competitions this week. 30-some starters, in fact, making their way through for this competition. 12 numbered fences, 15 jumping efforts. Starting at the floral vertical right in the middle by the pond, away from the grandstand, working their way around the course and finishing at the fence next to that, at fence number 12. It's the equestrian closet Oxer, with some related distance double combinations, 2 of those double combinations at 5, 7 and 11. And again, 12 numbered fences, 15 jumping efforts. We're good to go in just a couple of moments' time. Well, very, very best of luck indeed. Again, 33 starters in this one, 77 seconds the time allowed. And we're going to start with the lady who finished third in the welcome last week in that very strong jump-off competition, and also third at Tryon in that equivalent class as well. Riding this by Chungsa, it is the grey man for Kaylin Leahy of the USA. Well, real shame. Of course, we'll get Kaylin Leahy checked out under FEI protocols, and the grey man is caught. But truly hope all is okay for Kaylin, going so well to that point, but unfortunate elimination on this occasion. Sarah Siegel is next by Mr. Blue, is the horse called Flintstone. Sarah finishing top 8 last week in this equivalent competition. The USA's Sarah Siegel, Flintstone. 68.93, 2 rails, 8 faults for Sarah Siegel, slicing and dicing in the early stages of that round, and 8 faults for Sarah and Flintstone. Andrew Wells is next. He's contested at World Cup classes, picking up podium placings there. He's had placings through Michigan and at Ottawa in the Major League divisions earlier this year. Riding Dorchester, Andrew Wells of the USA. Oh, Andrew, that's a real shame. Foot perfect right round to the final fence. It is, though, 4 faults, 69.21 for Andrew and Dorchester. Samuel Perot is next, the man who took victory in this equivalent competition last week. 2 times an Olympic rider for Chile, riding the Chaco Blue side, Cap West. Samuel Perot, Chile. Thank you, Samuel, choosing to retire with Cap West, the early rail down and retirement for that combination. Following on is Ana Cristina Ganso with the rider from Ecuador. This is ESH Chaco Priscilla. Contested the South American Games last year. For Ecuador, Ana Cristina Ganso. Clear over the fences, but a little too steady for Ecuador's Ana Cristina Gansauer. That's 10 time faults in 86.42. Danish bred by Baloo is Cupcake for Alex Granato, who rides, the US rider who's ridden at championship level. Alex Granato, Cupcake. Another with 4 and a single time fault as well for 5 for Alex Granato and Cupcake. It's into second place. Andrew Wells leads with the fast 4, 69.21 with Dorchester. Australia's Scott Keach is next. Sensorinu PS is by Centerdell for the Australian Olympian Scott Keach. Jumping in time for a total of 10 for Australia, Scott Keach and Sensorinu PS. Michael Murphy's been in the winner's circle here at the Lugano Diamond Split Rod Jumping Tour, now riding for a horse called Moneypenny by Seacoast Don't Touch. This is USA's Michael Murphy. 8 jumping faults time as well, 15 total for Michael Murphy and Money Penny. Still, Andrew Wells leads then, the fast 4, 69.21, ahead of Alex Granato and Sarah Siegel. Samuel Perot Jr. then, the man who's been selected to represent Chile at the Pan American Games later this month. It is for Chile, Samuel Perot Jr. Home with 4 and a time of 75.97. That one into second place for Chile, Samuel Perot and HFB Versace. Antonio del Caballero is by Air Jordan. It's a Cell Francais for US rider Daisy Farish. She's a rider who top 10'd in the Welcome last week. Daisy Farish for the USA, Antonio del Caballero. Up and over the last and clear. First clear we've seen 69.58 and clear round into the lead for Daisy Farish and Antonio del Caballero. Can we get back-to-back clears with the next? This is Nazarene van der Axelhover. It's by Emerald, and it's for a ride of USA's Sabine Cooper. Time faults, 84.09. It's 8 from the clock in 84.09 for Sabine and Nazarene van der Axelhover. Sixth place at this stage. Next is Claude for Elena Haas. This is a fairly new international ride, the former ride of David Blake. This the 11-year-old by Captain Jack for Elena Haas of the USA, Claude. Well, very, very unfortunate indeed for Elena Haas and Claude. And not commencing the round within the 45 seconds, I'm afraid elimination on this occasion. Very bad luck indeed. Hope to see you tomorrow. One for the home team of Split Rock Farm. This is Michael Hutchinson and Quinn. And of course, we do have to say a very happy birthday indeed to Split Rock Farm's Derek Braun. Michael Hutchinson for Ireland, Quinn. Good one into second place, 75-74. It's clear all the way for Ireland's Michael Hutchinson and Quinn. By brain power, the next Dutch bred is a horse called Jersey, and it is for Canada's Stephanie Gallucci. Foot perfect, 72.03 into second place for Canada's Stephanie Gallucci and Jersey. Really good round. Three clears. We've got Daisy Farish lead, Stephanie Gallucci second, Michael Hutchinson, and sitting in third place. Jadalco is the next one. It had placings in the Grand Prix in Michigan through the summer months under the pilotage then as now of Francesca Bolfo of the USA. Final fence as well for 12 faults for Francesca Bolfo of the USA with Jadalco. And now back in June at the Lugano Diamond Split Rod Jumping Tour, the next horse and rider combination finished in a couple of international placings. It is called Crispy Crumble, this for Italy's Filippo Marco Pignatti. Well, jumping in time for 20 total in 81 seconds flat for Filippo Marco Pignatti and Crispy Crumble. Last week, it was a runner-up position for Michaela Langmeier in the 1:45 speed. She went on to a top 4 placing then in the Lugano Diamonds Grand Prix as well. Riding this by Carleone, it is Michaela Langmeier and Carlita of the USA. Second place, 69.67, and just by a tenth of a second, it is into second for Michaela Langmeier and Carlita. Daisy Farish retains that lead with Antonio del Caballero in 69.58. Very close indeed for those first and second. Ireland once again with the Hermes Deluxe side, John Cena VDM. This for Jonathan Corrigan. He's a man who finished in the placings at the Hampton Classic in the Grand Prix there. Jonathan Corrigan for Ireland, John Cena. Twelve jumping faults, 3 time faults for John Cena VDM, and Ireland's Jonathan Corrigan, a total of 15. 4 clears, Daisy Farish, Michaela Langmeier, Stephanie Gallucci and Michael Hutchinson, with Andrew Wells best of the rest with the fastest of the 4s. He's currently in 5th place. Israel now, this Holsteiner is by Casaro. It's Kleiner Heiner, a fairly new international ride for Israel's Jenna Friedman. 4 faults, and the time is 75.89, sixth place then for Israel's Jenna Friedman with Kleiner Heine. Samuel Perot is back with a second challenge, the man who took victory in this competition last week, the Chilean Olympic rider, Samuel Perot, David Guetta. 69.34, second fastest of the 4 fault rounds, sixth place for Samuel Perot and David Guetta. He has another ride still to come. We'll see him with the crystal blue very much towards the end of this competition. Speedy Jump is looking to live up to its name with Sarah Siegel and go clear and quicker than 69.58. The US rider, Sarah Siegel, Speedy Jump. Four fault 71.45 and just the single rail for Sarah Siegel and Speedy Jump. Still Daisy Farish leads 69.58 ahead of Michaela Langmeier and Stefani Gallucci in third. Will bring 8 back for presentation in this international competition. Rider who had a couple of the international placings last week is the USA's Rebecca Conway, including with this horse. The Hanoverian bike contender is Conqueror Rebecca Conway of the USA. Another one on 4, this time 4 faults going to the USA is Rebecca Conway with Con Couleur in 73.55. Jennifer Waxman had success with Scotty van der Molenbrug Z through the winter months in California through the season there. This, the Zangerzijde, is by Skendic, set for the USA's Jennifer Waxman, Scato van der Molenbrug Z. Eight jumping faults, 8 time faults as well for Scato van der Molenbrug Z, and Jennifer Waxman, a total of 16 in 84.53. Last week, Luis Sabino Gonçalves finished in 4th place in this equivalent competition. He's the next for the European Championship contender for Portugal, riding Scoop de Septon Z for Portugal, Luis Sabino Gonçalves. Just 4, quick 4, 68.64 is the fastest of the 4 fault rounds, and into 5th place for Luis. Michael Hutchinson 4th, Stephanie Gallucci 3rd, Michaela Langmeyer 2nd, Daisy Farish still out front. Again, we'll bring back the top 8 for presentation. A second ride for Ecuador's Ana Cristina Gansa, looking for that clear with this horse by Zento, It's Daydream. Yeah, good there, 74.34, and into 4th place for Ana Cristina Gansa with the Daydream, one of only 5 clear rounds around at Bernardo Costa Cabral's course. US Olympian Will Simpson, US team gold medalist back in the day with the Chaco P now for the USA. Four faults 65.30. It is the fastest of the 4s, and with 5 clear rounds into 6th place for Will Simpson and Chaco P. 7 still to see. Australia once again with the second ride. It's Scott Keach now, Noble de la Chapelle. Top of the leaderboard for Scott Keach of Australia, Noble de la Chapelle straight to the top. Takes 3 seconds off the previous best. Brilliant round from Australia's Scott Keach. Can Lorcan Gallagher go even quicker than that 66.69 that we've just seen from Scott Keach? This is Copycat for Ireland's Lorcan Gallagher. A fault 75.57 at the expense of those two rails for Ireland's Lorcan Gallagher and Copycat. Olympia van Het Eikenhoff is the next horse for USA's Abigail McArdle. Last week she finished in the top 10, 9th place in this 1m45 speed, and in the National Prix she had a victory in that as well. Abigail McArdle, Olympia van Het Eikenhoff. Around 72.07, moving into 5th place for Abigail and Olympia van Het Eikenhoff. She had a good result last week as well. Down to the final 4, and it's US Nations Cup rider Quinton Judge now. This horse is owned by Caroline McLeese. It's the Oldenburg by Messenger. HH Madako PS for Quentin Judge. Good round, pretty good. 68.68, second place for Quentin Judge and H.H. Madako PS. Good enough for second. Still 66.69 leads for Australia's Scott Keach and Noble de la Chapelle. The man who took victory last week in the Lugano Diamonds Grand Prix riding a horse called Annabelle is Austria's Peter Petschenig. He is the next, the first of just 3 combinations left, but this time it's Bull Run's Prince of Peace for Peter Petschenig. Ninth place for Peter, clear 76.68, super round there from the Austrian rider. 2 left to go. Chile's Samuel Perot now, the man who took victory last week. This is his third ride. It's by Chaco Blue, Crystal Blue for Chile's Samuel Perot. 70.41. It's 4 faults, 4 for Samuel Perot and Crystal Blue. Scott Keach leads, Quentin Judge second, and Daisy Farish sitting still in third place. That's our podium placings. We'll bring the top 8 for presentation, and currently in 8th place is Michael Hutchinson with Quinn. Francisco Gallaga is next and last, the talented young Spanish rider with this by Diorado Diazeta. 74.85 and 4 faults for Francisco and Diazeta. Congratulations, Scott Keach. Australia takes the win with Noble de la Chapelle, the fastest of the 9 clears. He was clear 66.69. Quentin Judge second, running close, 68.68. And then Daisy Farish on the podium in third with Antonio del Caballero, 69.58. Fourth place goes to Michaela Langmeier and Carlita. Canada's Stephanie Gallucci with Jersey in fifth. Sixth place for Abigail McCardle with Olympia Van Hit Eichenhoff. For Ecuador, Anna Cristina Gansauer is in seventh, riding Daydream. And rounding out the top 8, it's Michael Hutchinson and Quinn. We'll bring those 8 back for presentation. Ninth goes to Bull Run's Prince of Peace and Peter Pechenik of Austria. Will Simpson and Chaco P for the USA, they're in 10th. Luis Sabino Gonzalez and Scoop de Septon Z finish 11th, and it's 12th for Andrew Wells and Dorchester, rounding out those placings. The top 8 for presentation, but victory for Australia's Scott Keach and Noble de la Chapelle. Well, please welcome the award winners for the 1 meter 45 FEI Speed competition. It is Derek Braun, founder and president of Split Rock, congratulating in 8th place Michael Hutchinson and Quinn. 7th goes to Ecuador's Ana Cristina Gansau with Daydream. And then it's 6th for Abigail McCardle, Olympia Van Het Eikenhoff. 5th for Canada's Stephanie Gallucci and Jersey. And then 4th place again for Michaela Langmeyer and Carlita. The top 3, Daisy Farish 3rd and Tonamua del Caballero for the USA. It is runner-up position for the USA's Quentin Judge and H.H. Madako PS. But the winner for Australia, Scott Keach, Noble de la Chapelle. Well, we will send our top 3 to the podium. It is 3rd place. Congratulations, Daisy Farish and Tonamua del Caballero. Runner-up for Quentin Judge, H.H. Madako PS. But to the top step of that stadium for Australia's Scott Keach, Noble de la Chapelle. Ladies and gentlemen, let's please ask you to stand and remove cover for the national anthem of the winning rider, the national anthem of Australia. Well, thank you all very, very much indeed. Once again, many congratulations to Scott Keach taking that victory, the fastest of 9 clear rounds around Bernardo Costa Cabral's course. 66.69 was that winning time. Quentin Judge, H.H. Madako PS, he settles for 2nd, and 3rd place for Daisy Farish and Tonamua del Caballero. Again, mention of 4th place, Michaela Langmeyer with Stephanie Gallucci 5th, Abigail McCardle 6th, 7th place going to Ecuador's Ana Cristina Gansauer and Ireland's Michael Hutchinson rounding out those top 8. Let's send them away for their victory gallop. Scott Keach, congratulations, Noble de la Chapelle, Australia. On his own, Australia's Scott Keach. Well, thank you all very, very much indeed. It is a very good win in the opening individual international competition for Scott Keach and Noble de la Chapelle. We'll set for the third day of week 2, Friday tomorrow. Do keep an eye on the Split Rock Jumping Tour app. And of course, we're on the build-up to the Haggard 1 meter 45 FEI Welcome.